we go! 2 days in the past. There's time. When I come to, I'm standing with my phone in hand. While I wait for the ringing in my ears to subside, I check the date and time on my phone screen. August 11th, 2:21 p.m. Alright, now I have 2 more days. As a matter of fact, I leapt twice. First to 2 p.m. on the 13th, when the machine was completed. From there, I leaped an additional 48 hours to 2 p.m. on the 11th. Ah, good thinking. It was my first consecutive leap, but it seems to have gone well. I immediately head downstairs to see Suzuha. I'm relieved to see that her hand isn't burned. When I explain the situation, Suzuha races to Radio Kaiken to confirm my story. After she realizes that I'm telling the truth, I take her back to the lab and have her repeat the same explanation that she gave us before I time leaped. We come to the conclusion that all we can do right now is try our best to repair Suzuha's time machine. Daru is unusually enthusiastic. I guess Suzuha's talk of attractor fields and divergence and correcting history's mistakes got his blood pumping. Mayuri stops us as we're about to leave the lab. Oh, right. I thought Suzuha was lying about that. But when I turn to her, she looks away. Unfortunately, we already know there's no point, because he won't be there. When I show reluctance, Mayuri puffs out her cheeks. What promise? That's right. We convinced her to stay by promising to look for her father. If Mayuri feels that strongly about it, there's no way I can refuse. Suzuha sniffles. So that's why Suzuha called herself John Tidor. Suzuha looks like she's about to cry for an instant, but she quickly covers it with a bitter smile. Hearing that, I realize how hellish the world she came from must be. Suzuha claps her hands together and starts patting her pockets. A few seconds later, she reaches into one and pulls out I've seen Suzuha fiddling with it before. It's just a regular pin, the kind you stick on your hat or bag. That's why you are aware of the real Tider's story, right? I find it really cool. No, I didn't know there was a real Tider. It reads OSHM A7010. Daru runs a search, but only gets incomprehensible foreign sites. He narrows the search down to Japanese sites. But even then, none of the results look relevant. With Suzuha's permission, I take a picture of the pin. Tider was a real alleged time travel that posted in 2000/2001. He claimed that his time machine was inside a Chevy and posted schematics claiming he was from a future ravaged by war. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. It's all based on a real story. Interesting. I want to argue that there's no time for that, but Mayuri's right when she says that the time machine won't be ready for a while. I guess there's no harm in letting her have her way. After all, there's no point in running, not even with 2 days head start. Even if I dragged Mayuri to the ends of the earth, we wouldn't be able to escape her death. I know that now. Yeah, I'm really not in the mood to see Mayuri die again, so let's avoid that. Daru raises his hand in agreement. So does Kurisu. It's decided. We'll help Suzuha find her father. It's a relief to hear Suzuha say that. It's hard to sneak into Radio Kaikan during the daytime. There isn't a crowd out in front of the store, but pedestrian traffic remains constant. It takes us about 30 minutes to find a way in. Kurisu is back at the lab, working on the time leap machine. It needs to be complete by 2 p.m. on the 13th. If she's late, it could affect my ability to time leap, which could lower my chances of saving Mayuri. Speaking of Mayuri, she wandered off somewhere in search of Suzuha's father. I call to Daru, who's examining the flooded time machine, while Suzuha and I keep a lookout. Daru crawls out of the time machine. He's covered in sweat, and his breathing is heavy. We quickly help pull his huge body out. The time machine is completely visible from the street. If someone were to see us up here, they might report us to the police. It's been 2 weeks since the satellite appeared, but Akiba still has tourists who come just to see it. We need to take care not to be noticed. Daru jerky. The time machine is balanced precariously on the ledge, but the police have it hooked up to support wires, so Daru probably has nothing to worry about. The flux capacitor.
なんか電話レンジと似てるかもって。
じゃあ直せる可能性もあるんだな。
いや、だから確証はないって。もうちょっと調べないと。
ダルよ、スーパーハカー。全てはお前の腕にかかっていると言っていい。世界を救ったスーパーハカー。お前は2036年においてタイムマシンの母マキセ・クリスに代わり人々から崇め奉られることになるだろう。
ハカーじゃなくてハッカーって言えっつってんだろう。
とにかく2日で何とかしてくれ、ダル。
I placed my hand on Daru's shoulder and looked straight into his eyes.
お前だけが頼りなんだ。
自信はないよ。そもそもなんで2日なん？
それは
Because that's when my Yuri will die. But I can't say that.
2日後がさ、リング得意点を作るのに一番いい気象条件なんだよ。それを逃すとあと1年は次のチャンスがないわけ。
Nice excuse, Suzuha.
そうだ。そう。
2日で直せとか無茶言うなっつーの。
ならばそんなお前にフェイリスと1日デートできる権利をやる。やってくれるな。
いいですとも。
Oh, Daru. Great. Now I just need to figure out how I'm going to convince Ferris. We're searching for something with the same cryptic logo as this mysterious pin. Honestly, I didn't think it would be this difficult. Akiba has plenty of niche stores, but they're all for electronics goods and PC parts. There aren't many selling accessories like Suzuha's pin. We check everyone we can find, but come up empty-handed. None of the store employees have any idea where it came from either. We even check neighborhoods like Uno or Asuka. Nothing. Suzuha and I return to the lab with heavy hearts.
おかえり。
Kurisu, excuse me. Yawning. Kurisu emerges from the development room to greet us. She's alone.
その顔じゃ成果はなしか。
ダルは
戻ってない。暗くなったし、直接帰ったんじゃない？
It's too dark to work at Radio Kaiken now. We can't use lights because that would be too conspicuous to the other people below. Mayuri isn't around. Is she making any progress in the search for Suzuha's father?
なんか悪いね。こんなことしてる場合じゃないのにさ。
お前のためではない。すべてはマユリを助けるためだ。
I start up Daru's computer and search the net for communities of people who collect unique pins. I'll investigate tomorrow based on the information I find. There's a pin collecting group on a site called Free Para, where everyone shows off their collections. I post there asking for information. I'm sleeping on the couch when a loud alarm rings in my ears. I jump up and see Kurisu and Suzuha. Kurisu is holding her phone. That's the source of the sound.
Good morning.
Her sour expression says it's not good at all. I wish she'd put herself in my shoes and see what it's like to be woken up suddenly like that. I check the time on my phone. It's just before 7 a.m.
起こしてくれたのか。助かる。
別にモーニングコールしたわけじゃない。岡部倫太郎に見てほしいものがあってさ、起こしてもらったの。
I realize that there's a strange object sitting on the table in front of me.
これは
ダイバージェンスメーター。今、私たちがいるこの世界線がどこなのかを数値で表すことができるんだよ。
The meter displays 0.337187%.
私がもともといた2036年の世界線を 0% とした数値だから、あくまで相対。
作ったのか。
2036年から持ってきた。
これはニキシー管だな。いいセンスだ。
これ一体どういう仕組みなの？世界線の数値化なんて可能とは思えない。
Suzuha shrugs.
私もわかんない。
わからない。
これ作ったの誰か 知ってる？
Your dad? How should I know?
君だよ。岡部倫太郎。
Oh, snap.
君が作った。確か今から11年後ぐらいに君の持ってる特殊な力を応用させたらしいよ。
So she's met Rentaro in the future.
そうなのか。
このメーターがあれば岡部以外でも世界線の変動を確認できる。そういうことか。
違う。多分ここに表示されてる数値が変化してもそれに気づけるのは岡部倫太郎だけ。
は？それじゃあ意味ないじゃない。もっとまともなもの作りなさいよ、岡部。
I ignore Karisu's complaints and look at the meter again. This is something I made. 15 years have passed since I completed it. 11 years will pass before I complete it. It's a strange feeling.
これの仕組みは作った本人しか知らない。だから知りたかったら11年待つしかないかな。そう。
未来で俺と会ったの。
She did say that I was an infamous terrorist in 2036. For some reason, Suzuha's expression darkens momentarily.
一度もないよ。
Oh, okay.
そうか。
Well then, where did you get that?
で、このメーターを今ここで俺に見せたらいいんだ。
メーターの数値が 1% を超えたとき、君はベータ世界線にたどり着いたことになる。
1%。
そう。1% を突破さえできたら椎名真由里は助けられるっていうこと。
I stare at the glowing red numbers. They don't budge. Just another 0.6%. It seems so easy. But there are 6 digits after the decimal point, and no tens place. What does that mean? Something tells me it won't be as easy as it looks.
これは君にあげる。どうせ私が持ってても意味ないしね。有意義に使ってよ。
Based on recommendations from the BBS thread, I spend the morning visiting stores in Akiba. My destinations run the gamut from otaku stores packed with anime goods to souvenir shops full of Olympic memorabilia. I even visit a few that specialize in locally manufactured goods. But although I hit just about every kind of store that could be considered niche, I'm unable to find anything that resembles Suzuha's pen. Maybe I should go all the way to Ikebukuro or Nanako. Or Nanaka. I didn't actually read that right, I think. Nakano. That was it. I start heading back to the lab, but then a street vendor catches my eye. The storekeeper is a foreigner covered in tattoos. The table next to him is covered with accessories and other fashion items. This is the first time I've seen such a stylish street stand in Akiba. Most vendors just sell random junk. It's not like I have anything to lose, so I walk over and check out the selection. Among the various accessories, I see a number of metal pins. What a coincidence. Could he have a pin like Suzuha's? I don't see logo of on any of the displayed accessories, but I'd better ask to be sure. He's a foreigner, so maybe I should use English? Our eyes meet. His are as bright and blue as the sky. I quickly look away. Damn, he must think I'm a coward. Better get this over with.
Hey, Master. I am mad scientist.
Oh god.
So cool. Son of a bitch.
God damn it, Okabe.
Hi, 何ですか?
Hey, Master. I am mad scientist. So cool. Son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
Hey, Master. I am mad scientist.
So cool. Son of a bitch. Oh fuck. Oh man. Alright. He smiles a wide, toothy smile. Nice teeth. And answers in Japanese. I was hoping for more of a reaction.
ち ちょっと聞きたいことがある。
Son of a bitch! I take the photocopy of Suzuha's pin out of my
こ
pocket.
れに見覚えが？
The man stares at it for a while, then shrugs and shakes his head in an exaggerated manner of typical Westerners.
これの出所が知りたい。調べることができない。
ああ、思い出し。Sorry、ちょっと難しいですね。
What is he saying?
By the way、これはどこで手に入れたものなんですか？
By the way!
それを知りたい。報酬を出す。
ごめんなさい。
He apologizes in broken Japanese. It looks like this is another dead end. Just in case, I give him my contact information and ask him to get in touch if he finds out anything. Then I turn to leave.
岡部倫太郎。
Suzuha is standing a short distance away. She's holding a drink. It's my favorite, Dr. P. No, wait, that's cola.
Please。飲む？
I accept the offer and quench my thirst while leaning on the roadside fence. Last time I saw her, Suzuha was on her way to Kanda to continue the search. How long has she been standing here?
成果は？
なし。それよりさ、さっきの英語何？
Son of a bitch!
なんかバカっぽかった。そうクール。
So cool.
この時代だとああいう英語が標準なの？
I am mad scientist.
そんなわけあるか。
そうなんだ。じゃあ岡部倫太郎オリジナルか。私の生まれた時代にはさ、海外旅行なんてなかったから。
海外旅行がない？行ったことがないではなく。
そう、旅行なんて娯楽はなかったな。渡航許可はめったに下りなかったし、だから外国人を見たのはこの時代に来てから。
So in the future, no one's allowed to even leave Japan? Japan was like that a few centuries ago too, when the Tokugawa shogunate closed the country off to the west. It sounds like CERN set international relations back hundreds of years. Perhaps that's why there's no war in Suzuha's time. It's hard for conflicts to emerge when races and cultures can't interact. It sounds like kind of like a prison with invisible walls, guarded by CERN and the Committee of 300. I mean, ending war is obviously a good thing, but... Anyway, there's no point in thinking about the distant future now. We need to come up with a new plan. The sunlight beats on my head, making it hard to think. I feel like I'm standing in a sauna. Why does the sun hate me so much? Shining in the center of the sky like he owns the damn place. Damn it! Why can't we find any information on that pin? I suppose there's no skin off my back if we don't find Suzuha's father. As long as Daru fixes the time machine, nothing else matters. So why do I feel so bad about my lack of progress? I really don't know. Maybe I'm just frustrated by my own powerlessness. I can't save my Yuri. I can't fix Suzuha's time machine. I can't even help Kurisu with the time leap upgrade. So what am I good for? The only thing I can do is help Suzuha find her father.
もしかして近年中に作られるピンバッジなんだろうか。まだできていないと。
Entirely possible. Suzuha stretches, then looks at me with a calm smile.
やっぱさ、父さんとは会えない運命なんだって。こんだけ探してもないんだから、もう無理無理。全然無理だね。
I feel a surge of anger at her words. Here I am stewing in self-loathing, and she acts as like it doesn't matter.
諦めるのか。まだあと1日残っているぞ。
何起こってんの？
みんなお前のためを思って頑張っているのだと分かっているのか。俺だってマユリを助けることを何より優先したいんだ。それでもお前はラボメンであり仲間だ。その仲間が困っているから助けたい。そんなマユリの気持ちを汲んでこうして探しているのに。
Man, he's really losing it.
お前が真っ先に諦めてどうする。
怒鳴んないでよ。
あまり俺を萎えさせるな。
I tell myself to calm down, that this is just my own feelings of impotence boiling over. There's no time for this.
悪かったよ。 でも君さ、言い方が上から目線すぎると思うよ。
I realize that we have an audience. Some pedestrians are grinning at us, like they think we're a bickering couple or something. I take a deeper
言い
breath.
過ぎたのならば謝る。
It's too awkward to make eye contact. So I look around, pretending to
さ
think.
て、これからどうするか。
I wonder how the other lab imps are progressing. I'm especially concerned about Daru. Depending on the situation, he might need some relief. He's been working in that heat for hours, so we should bring him something cold to drink. And then there's Mayuri. She's been working alone, trying to find some information on Suzuha's father. If I close my eyes, I can still recall her deaths, in every detail. I resist the urge to pound my head against the wall. Although we still have over 24 hours before that happens, I can't help but worry about leaving her alone. But currently, all I can do is search for that pin. We decide to try Ikebukuro as our last stop for the day. It would be nice to visit home, but I don't have the time, and besides, Suzuha's with me. Our search turns up nothing. As the evening wears on without a single lead, Suzuha and I grow quieter and quieter. We're exhausted from walking, and we can't shake the feeling that all our efforts are futile. This isn't good.
そういえば、
I try stirring up conversation. I should get her to talk about the future. After all, she is a time traveler. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. I remembered how shocked Kurisu was to learn that she only lives to be 44. And I was told that I become a terrorist.
2036年だが、俺は本当に有名なのか。
Maybe make at least 2 save slots, huh? Sure, next time I save, I'll make another save slot.
テロリストとしてね。
そうか。それで、俺は一体どんなテロ行為を？
セルに反逆したの。君はさ、私が所属してたレジスタンスの設立メンバーの一人だったんだよ。私の父さんと同じくね。
I helped found the resistance. I guess it makes sense, given what we're going through now. Suzuha is from the future of this timeline, where Mayuri is doomed to die, and where CERN forces Kurisu to build a time machine. In such a future, how could I not rebel against CERN? Rebellion against the system, destruction of order, a new age of chaos. Weren't those my ambitions as a mad scientist?
くだらない。
くだらない？
マユリを助けることもできず、のうのうと生き続けた挙句に、そんな中二病みたいな真似をしているなんてな。
世界に自由を取り戻そうとする勇敢で立派な志だと思うけど。
Suzuha is part of the resistance I form. Does that mean that she's my subordinate in the future?
俺はどんな男だった？
Suzuha's expression darkens.
だから私は会ったことないって言ったでしょ。
Yeah, she's clearly avoiding that topic, so...
そうだったか。
うん。君はさ、
Oh.
セルンに殺されたの。2025年に。
Okay, I thought he was still alive. I was killed by the same people who killed Mayuri. They had no reservations about murdering an innocent girl. I doubt they would hesitate to kill a terrorist.
もっと早く教えとくべきだったかも。わかるでしょ？未来を変えないとさ、君はあと15年で死んじゃうんだ。椎名真由里も助からない。君も助からない。マキセ・クリスは無理やりセルンに協力させられてる。ラボメンはみんな不幸になってるんだ。
だろう。
彼の名前は聞いたことないな。ウィザード級ハッカーの伝説っていうのはちらっと聞いたことがあるけどね。
That has to be Daru, right?
そもそもウィザード級ってどういう意味なのかすら知らないけど。
I'm kind of starting to wonder if, like, Daru might be her father or something, but I have no idea. Wizard class. I coined that term. I can imagine Daru slowly insinuating himself into every corner of the internet until he becomes a godlike virtual presence that not even CERN can comprehend.
とにかくさ、君たちだけを見ればこんな未来ってないよね。だからなおさら私が IBN5100 を手に入れてきて未来を変えなきゃって思ってる。この時代に来るまでは君たちは遠い存在だったけど、今では仲間だしさ、なんとかしたいんだ。
助かる。お前はこれからも永遠にラボメンだ。
サンキュー。
From Assistant. Are you sure that I can finish the time leap machine in a day? We still haven't found our lifter substitute, remember? I can't complete the upgrade without it. I already told Karisu I was confident in her ability to complete the time machine on time, but it occurs to me that I forgot to tell her about the 42-inch CRT. Our lifter is the 42-inch CRT downstairs. The electrical discharge phenomenon occurs when it's turned on, so don't worry about it, just finish the upgrade. There, that should do it. I send a reply and decide to keep searching for the pin with Suzuha just a bit longer. Time is quickly running out. Is there anything more that we can do? It's early evening, but the roof of Radio Kaiken is still hotter than hell. When I provide Daru with the refreshing gift of Dr. P, a frown appears on his sweaty face.
ここはキンキンに冷えたカロリーゼロのコーラだろう。常識的に考えて。
I forgot he's a cola guy. No sense in letting it go to waste. I drank the Dr. P myself. Daru and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away.
ねえねえオカリ、あの人工衛星がタイムマシンだったなんて。
ああ、そうだな。
I thought that Titer's time machine was a car, a 1970 Chevy. It never even occurred to me to suspect the satellite. I should know better than to take anything for granted. In retrospect, the satellite was suspicious. Not only had it appeared out of nowhere, but Titer only started posting afterwards. I'm disappointed in myself for not realizing the connection.
ビルに突き刺さっちゃってるけど、すずさんが無事でよかったね。
I doubt it was anything like a crash. It probably just appeared there, displacing the wall, then collapsed around it. After all, the time machine isn't self-propelled. It doesn't fly.
あれって操作がとっても難しいんだって。
I guess she's heard that from Suzuha.
重力うんたらかんたら装置の座標がちょっとでもずれるとね、タイムマシンごとゼリーマンになっちゃってプルンプルンかなんだそうです。
Ploop. That's apparently the sound you make when you're ground into gooey mush.
しかもね、あのタイムマシンってセルン製じゃないからあんまり安定してないって。1975年に行く時が心配だな。二人乗りだったらね、一緒に行ってあげられたのよね。
お前が一緒に行ってどうするのだ。
決まってるよ。すずさんの手をギューって握ってね。大丈夫、マユシーが一緒だから大丈夫だよって応援してあげるの。
Something tells me that won't be much help.
ねえねえオカリ、あのタイムマシンって名前はついてるのかな。
名前か。
That's the least of what I want to know about the time machine. Time permitting, I'd like to spend a whole day picking Suzuha's brain. I'm pretty sure John Tidor's time machine had a model number, but the John Tidor from 2000 might not have been Suzuha. There was no John Tidor in 2000 on this world line after all. Although, I suppose it's possible that Suzuha will drop by 2000 after traveling to 1975.
気になるならタイターに直接聞けばいい。
ああ、そうだね。マユシーうっかりしてたよ。
Oh, Mayuri. Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She comes back quickly.
名前あった。
どんな名前だったんだ？
FG204 なんとかなんとかだって。
Something something.
っていうかね、ハルくんとすずさんって結構お似合いだと思わない？
はあ？
Mayuri's jumping all over the place today. I look at Daru and Suzuha again.
お似合いか？ダルはそもそもフェイリス萌えなのだぞ。
そっか。そうなのかな。
She tilts her head to the side. Good grief. Mayuri and I aren't of any use. I would prefer to leave Daru and Suzuha to it and resume the search for Suzuha's father, but Mayuri seems happy just sitting here. We don't have any leads on the pin or its owner. Maybe 2 days just aren't enough. No, that's quitter's talk. Like I told Suzuha, I don't want to give up. Besides, even if we don't get the information we need this time, I can use the time leap machine to repeat these 2 days until we do.
そういえばマユリ、コス作りはどうした？
There's only a few more days until Kamima. I remember Mayuri pulling all-nighters to get her costume done. Has that changed?
あのね、もう2着はできてるよ。楓ちゃんと吹雪ちゃんの分。
3着目はルカ子に来てもらうためのものだったか？
そうなんだけどね。ルカちゃんが説得できなかったから今回は諦めたの。ねえねえ、マユシンもタイムマシンもっとよく見てきていいかな？
ダルたちの邪魔はするなよ。
Mayuri beams happily, then runs over to the time machine. She's acting like this is a field trip. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. It's quite a view from up here. After a few minutes of watching the sunset in silence, I realize that Suzuha is standing beside me. She must have come over as Mayuri left. Our shadows are long and murky.
橋田至ってすごいね。タイムマシンさ、突貫工事とはいえうまくすると明日には直せるかもって。
ダルの実力は折り紙付きだ。
見た目は不節制そうで冴えない感じなのにね。
見た目で判断するな。
考えを改める。あのさ、今言わないと機会を永遠に逃しちゃいそうだから言うけど。
なんだ、大げさだな。
私さ、君たちには本当に感謝してるんだ。初めてこの時代に来た時、私の知ってる人は誰もいなくて、戦ってばっかりだった私の時代とは全然違ってて、この時代の方がすごく平和なのにさ、なんだか私にとってはすごく怖かった。でもさ、今こうして自分の全てを晒せる友達、仲間ができた。私が生まれる前に生きていた人たちと出会えて、私のためなんかにみんな頑張ってくれてる。
Hey there, Chris Baker. How's it going?
それってとっても奇妙で、だけどとっても嬉しいんだよね。その気持ちは本当だから。
Suzuha's tone is wistful. Why? I try to speak, but she continues before I
こ
can.
の時代に来ることができて、君たちと同じ時間を過ごせて、私本当に楽しかった。
I think now's a good time to go ahead and create that second save file, actually. There we go.
っていうか、君たちみんな揃いも揃って我が強くて癖があっていろいろと濃すぎて、最初はなんだこいつらなんて思ってたけどさ、
Enjoy, Chris.
いつの間にか君たちといる時間が楽しくなってたよ。2036年はさ、とっても平和で喧嘩すら起きないんだ。知ってた？
知るわけがない。俺は 2036年まで生きていないからな。
そっか。ごめん、とにかくさ、喧嘩すら起きないおよそ争いって名の付くものはミクロなものからマクロなものまで全部消えちゃった。その代わりみんな死んだ魚みたいな目をしてた。誰も覇気がなくて歩く足はズリズリってすり足で笑いはするけど怒ったり悲しんだりはしなくて個性なんて誰も持ってなかった。この前君が私にすごく怒ったでしょ。あの時さすごくびっくりしてすごくショックだったんだけどすごく嬉しくなったんだよ。
変なやつだな。
確かに。
Suzuha looks at the time machine. Daru and Mayuri are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or other.
君のラボに出入りしてるみんなは生き生きしててすごく眩しい。椎名真由里も橋田至も牧瀬クリスも。
何をバカな。
There's nothing enviable about me. I'm worthless. I can't even save Mayuri.
私もみんなみたいになりたいって思ったよ。
Hey, Darkspire.
俺からすればお前こそすごいと思うぞ。
そう言ってもらえると嬉しいかも。こうして頑張れてるのも君たちと会えたおかげ。ほんのちょっとでもラボメンの一員になれてよかった。
She smiles then, a soft, sad smile that tears in my heart. What does it mean?
ほんのちょっとの間でも君たちと一緒にいられてよかった。
スズハ。
岡部倫太郎、きっと未来を変えてね。
どうしたんだ。なぜそんなに感傷的なのだ。
Does she not want to go to 1975? But I mean, she's got a time machine, so can't she come back afterwards? Even as I think it, I realize how wrong I am. Of course. When Suzuha completes her mission and brings us the IBN 5100, the world line will change. The future will be rewritten, and the 2036 she knows will cease to exist. To hear her describe it, the future is an awful place, but even so, it was her home. She has friends there, I'm sure, comrades in arms, and memories of her father, Beryl Tidor. All of that will be lost to her forever. No wonder she's getting sentimental.
タイムマシンが回ったらまた盛大に宴会を開こう。
Thank you.
And yet, she's still smiling that sorrowful smile. Afterwards, I hit the streets again in search of the pen. But the day ended without a single lead, so I reluctantly returned to the lab and tried searching the internet. A couple of hours later, and still no luck. So far, I've accomplished absolutely nothing. My frustration is mounting. I can time leap again, but will that really help us find Suzuha's father? Incoming call. An unfamiliar number. Who is it?
俺だ。
Hi, Mr. Okabe Rintaro.
Oh, it's the foreigner. The voice is heavily accented. I can barely make it out. Who is this guy?
捨てるんか。
I jump to my feet and scan the room, then run to the windows and check the road below. No suspicious figures in sight. Karisu comes out of the development room and gives me a questioning look, but I wave her back inside.
セルンとは何です？
I gulp and carefully choose my words.
名乗ってもらおう。
おたくワンモアフタヌーンうちのファクトリーに問い合わせに来てテレフォンナンバーを教えていったですよ。
お前は何を言っているんだ。
No, wait. I've heard this broken Japanese before. The strange Japanese filters through my brain, connecting synapses. That's right, it's that foreign street vendor I met this afternoon in Akiba.
特定した。Nice to meet you.
どういたしまして。私自主制作してます。Yesterday night ゲストがカムヒアの思い出し、そのゲストがメイクプリズピンバッジがユウが持ってきたやつとセームだったのよ。
I don't quite get what he's saying, but he seems really excited about it.
今すぐそっちに行く。
I go to the same spot as before. Although his stand is already closed, the Westerner is waiting for me.
Oh, Okabe! Hello!
Hello!
そのゲストとやらはどこへ行った？
クライアントカムヒアなのは Yesterday のことよろしい。
The blue-eyed white man shrugs his shoulders. So it was yesterday. Yeah, Chris, you missed the mad scientist. He contacted me because he remembered.
そいつの連絡先は？住所氏名は？
ドクです。ゲストはシミュレーションだけ。プライベートインフォメーションは nothing.
Oh man. So last night someone came by wanting to make metal pins with the same design as Suzuha's. But he died of poisoning? Or the guest was just a simulation, so there's no private information? I'm not following.
ジャパニーズやっとプライベートインフォメーションの重要さについてスタグラし、過敏神経になったよね。
That doesn't help.
If ゲストがネームはテレフォンナンバー残っていったかよ。ノリーク、それがビジネス。
Fatigue suddenly weighs down on my shoulders. I don't understand a word he's saying anymore. My head is full of question marks. In hindsight, I should have brought Karisu to speak English for me. I guess I'll just have to wing it.
そいつはどういうやつだ？男か？女か？
Well, so young or so middle. Japanese は顔ヤングね。ルックだけじゃ no understand.
Oh my god.
特徴は？
特徴？やはり柔道 or pro wrestler?
Pro wrestler.
なんだ？柔道？プロレスラー？それがどうしたんだ？
Yes!
That wasn't a yes-no question. What the hell do you mean?
Ah, balloon! Balloon だよ!
What the hell is happening?
バルーン？柔道？プロレス？
Good!
No, not good. Are you trying to confuse me? I want to ask more questions, but the foreigner suddenly sees a policeman walking by and runs off. I consider chasing him, but decide against it to avoid police attention. I give up. The search has hit a dead end, and we barely have any time left to find Beryl Tidor. I can timely begin starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. It looks like all I can do is wait until Christina's done working, then leap to the time this suspicious character appears at the stand. Karisu carefully connects the two cords she's holding.
完成。
Time leap machine is complete. It's 2:30 p.m. on the 13th, about 20 minutes later than before. Karisu walks into the lounge with a satisfied look on her face. It's just her, me, and Suzuha in the lab. I had Daru and Mayuri headed to Radio Kaiken, ostensibly to work on the time machine.
タイムリープマシーンか。
Suzuha gazes at the now complete time machine in awe. I've already explained to her how time leaping works. It's as different as it can be from Suzuha's time machine, which can physically displace actual bodies.
未来の記憶を思い出させるっていうのは面白いよね。
Suzuha crosses her hands behind her head and looks up at the ceiling.
空想とかもしかしてっていう推測とか、あと直感、そういうのってさ、実際には未来の記憶を思い出してるのかもしれないかもって。ちょっと2036年時点だと記憶は世界戦艦の自分との情報伝達手段かもしれないって説もセルンの研究者から出てるんだ。それと似たようなものなのかも。
岡部の力、リーディングシュタイナーがどういう仕組みなのか分かればいいんだけど、岡部だけの特殊能力なのか、それとも全人類がその資質を持ってるけど岡部だけがたまたまより強い能力を持っていただけなのか。
一つ確かなことがある。意識は記憶とともに過去へ飛んだ。
それがなぜなのかいまいち納得いかない。 D メールの時に岡部が体験したような状況と同じになってもいいはずなのに、記憶に意識は依存してるのかな。
意識って形として存在してるわけじゃないのが厄介だよね。魂も同じ。結局は宗教観に行き着く。2036年でもさ、魂の存在は証明されてないし、意識を形として証明した人はいないんだ。
そう、ちょっとがっかり。
意識が過去へ飛んだことで D メールに比べてより具体的に過去改変ができるようになったが、同時に収束する結果も存在した。
I can change the method of Mayuri's death, but never the fact that she dies.
違うよ。未来は確定してる。
ならば過程が変化したのはなぜだ。
世界線が変動してたから。岡部倫太郎が過去へ飛んで本来とは別の行動をとったことでダイバージェンスがわずかだけど上下したはずだよ。でもその変動はダイバージェンスメーターでいうと 0.00001% 程度の誤差でしかないわけ。ちょっとしたことの場合全く誤差が発生しない場合だってある。原因が変化することでさ、結果がすでに同時に存在している別の世界線へと変わっただけなの。しかもその2つの世界線は近似値だから変化なんてほとんど感じられないはず。
So is that why reading Steiner didn't react?
変わる前の世界線は消滅したわけじゃなくてさ、可能性世界線として同時に存在し続けるんだよ。
その辺は多世界解釈なのね。
いずれにしてもパラレルワールドじゃない。
未来は再構成されていると。
そういうことになるのかな。
I'm confused again. Maybe it's impossible for me to fully understand the structure of the universe. Anyway, that's enough discussion. It's time for me to leap again. I explain the situation to Kurisu and have her activate the time leap machine immediately. Alright. So let's see if we can find Suzuha's father. It's the night of the 11th. I went back about 40 hours. My objective is to keep watch on the street vendor's stand and hope that Suzuha's father might appear. I sent Suzuha elsewhere. I don't want her to be disappointed if I come up empty-handed. I'm standing out of sight a short distance away from the stand, munching on energy bars and soy milk to appease my growling stomach. I've already been here for 2 hours. I forgot to ask for the exact time the suspicious character appeared, so I had to begin my stakeout before sunset. It's now 8 p.m., and the stand looks like it's about to close. Is this another waste of time? Did that foreigner give me false information? But just as I'm finishing my milk, someone approaches the stand. I jump out of cover. You know, I said that a few minutes ago.
ゲゲ、オカリン。
Daru jumps in surprise. But I'm the one who's really shocked here.
ここで何をしている。
その言葉、そっくり返すぜ。
The storekeeper is looking at us funny, so we decide to change locations.
それでダルよ。あの露店に何を頼もうとしていた。まさかタイターのピンバッジと同じものを偽造しようとしていたわけじゃないよな。
そのまさかであります。
So that's what happened. Daru was the was the suspicious character that the foreigner told me about. So all that stuff about judo, pro wrestling, and balloons was referring to dark sides. Oh man. Okay, so he's not necessarily her father or anything, but... Damn, it was all for nothing. Good thing I didn't bring Suzuha along.
なぜ偽造などしようと？
いや、偽造ってわけじゃなくね。
似たようなものだろうが。
つまりさ、転ばぬ先の杖ってやつ？もしも天音氏の親父さんが見つかんなかったらかわいそうじゃん。だからその時は僕が作ったバッジを見せて、親父さんはいたんだって嘘だな。
That probably isn't a good idea.
ぬか喜びさせるということ。
そういう言い方しなくてもよくね。世の中には2種類の嘘があって、ダメな嘘と優しい嘘があるんだぞ。
それは何のエロゲーから得た知識だ？
クラドナドナというエロゲーではなく、いわば人生と呼べるノベルゲーからです。ってやかましいわ。
Clearly, that's supposed to be Clonad. Oh man.
ダメかな。架空のタイターを作り上げる作戦。
そんなことをして鈴葉が喜ぶとでも思っているのか。
Daru's expression suddenly turned sad.
これ天音氏からは誰にも言うなって言われてるんだけど、オカリンには話しとくよ。
He's got a big mouth as usual. Still, he seems dead serious, so I'd better hear him out.
タイムマシンを調べていて天音氏から聞いたんだけど、あのマシンは過去にしか飛べないらしいんだ。
何？
Oh. Now that's something I didn't think of. So when she goes back to 1975, she's gonna have to wait until 2010 to give it back to him. Oh man. Or wait, in that case, does that mean that the original IBM 5100 given to Ferris was from Suzuha and it was donated to the... I don't know. I'm so confused. At first, I don't understand what he means.
俺が知っているタイタンのタイムマシンは未来方向にも飛べた。
実際に見たん？
見たわけじゃないが。
そもそもオカリンの言ってるタイターって2000年に現れたやつでしょ？僕はそんなタイター見たことも聞いたこともないけどな。
That's right. The Taito I know and Suzuha aren't necessarily the same person. Although their time machines are similar, there are significant differences. For example, one looks like a Chevy and the other looks like a satellite.
じゃあ本当。
言ったら戻ってこられない。
それは例えば1975年に飛んだらどうなる？
戻ってくるには1975年から35年間をリアルタイムで生きないと。
Man. Oh, jeez. Is he serious?
鈴葉はタイムマシンに乗って2036年に戻ることもできない。
Jeez, she has to go back to that time and live it out.
だからさっきからそう言ってるじゃんか。
それはタイムマシンとしては欠陥品だろ。
そう、あのタイムマシンは未完成だって言ってた。
Incomplete? Incomplete?
セルンの技術をパクって天音氏の親父さんがこっそり独自に作ったものらしいんだけど、親父さんがセルンに殺されたせいで未完成のままなんだって。それでも過去には飛べるからちっとも問題ないって天音氏は笑ってたけどさ。
それは確かな話なんだな。
本人がそう言ったし、天音氏が嘘をついてない限りはマジだと思うよ。つうわけで今この時代にタイムマシンの修理が終わるまでに親父さんと会っておかないと、もう二度と会う機会はないかもしんないじゃん。
So that's why she was trying to make a copy of that pin. Or why he was trying to make a copy of that pin. As evidence that Suzuha's father was there.
だがやはり偽造は良くない。嘘は嘘だ。
バレなければ。
I wave Daru silent and massage my temples. Need to think. What difference does it make? True, Suzuha might be sad about missing her father, but that's none of my business. My top priority is my Yuri's safety. That's right. I mustn't let my emotions control me. I need to be more rational, more logical. There's a Japanese proverb, he who pursues two hares will catch neither. However, that sad smile on Suzuha's face. Now I understand what it meant. I feel something tighten deep within my chest.